Hello traders, going to keep this very short and sweet for my weekly preparation. This is Mike Hamilton from Trade the Easy Way, and this Euro US dollar on the monthly chart is flat, so the daily suggests we could drop. The weekly is not great, but we're just in a horrible flat period here, and I'm not prepared to risk any capital on this. Let's go to the daily a second. Okay, so the daily you can see has got below the trend line here, but we're sitting on this support. This is a little green line, we've got a lot of support here, all through it. So it's a deep, it's a sell signal. It's a new high in this little range, and then a close underneath it means the bulls are potentially in control, but it's a huge support area, so I'm just steering clear of it. I did try and short it on Thursday. We got in a little bit too low, stopped out, and missed the move, but leaving it alone. So the one I do like is the Euro Yen. This is the Euro Yen on the monthly chart. You can see I've taken the range from this high to this low. We've pushed up, wiggled around a lot, but now we've got a hammer on the 50 EMA. We're under the 50%, but I think a nice low indicator on the stochastic and on the daily. Talked about this pattern last week. Talked about how we could potentially come out of this box, and we have come out of the box, and we are about close to about two depths, lengths up. But we're above this key level here. I had this line in the sand marked off, and we're closed above it. So if I get a pullback to this area here, you can see the trend line resistance here, and the 200 EMA up here. So there's a lot to get through. But I think ultimately, if we can close above this level here, then we could get to 135 and potentially back all the way back up to 140. But I think that's going to take time to get up to 140. In the meantime, I would just buy pullbacks. So the pullback level I got marked here at the moment is, let's see if 130.50 gets hit and then holds, and then I would entertain the idea of a pullback. A full 130 pullback to the big round number is much more much more of a better entry, of a good probability entry, but we'll see. Okay, but that's the kind of levels I'm looking at. On Monday we haven't got a lot of data. I take that back, we have got a lot of data. So we've got UK manufacturing at 9:30, and personal spending on the US at 1:30, manufacturing for the US at 3, so that's actually quite busy for Monday. And Drahi speaking at 4, Fed speaker at 6, so that's a lot to get through. It's unusually busy for a Monday. The highlights of the week are UK rates on Thursday, with Mr. Carney speaking at 12:45, so that could be the better place to get in, because what he says, if we stand still in terms of what we've had before, which is a prediction, then the market are going to be listening to Mr. Carney very carefully to see what he says. Weekly US jobs, and then of course on Friday we've got non-farm payroll. Looking for a weaker number on non-farm payroll. Okay, so I like the Euro Yen, and what else? That's it. I mean, I'm looking for a stronger dollar on the back of this, so I think the Aussie US could start to slip back now. Not a great chart. I mean, the stochastics are high, and MACD is low. So for this to be a good trade with a good distance, we need the MACD higher. See here, when you've got the stochastics and the MACD higher here, and you hit the 200, you get a run. I think this is a relatively low probability trade unless we break underneath 70. So it's not a lot to go on. So I much prefer to be patient for a pullback on the Euro Yen rather than wait for that one. Indices. Let's just look at the Dow only, and then we'll finish up. Look at the monthly. And you can see this monthly is not great. We are trapped in an apex with this. I've marked this sort of wall resistance above, fib support below based on this range of the fibs. But it's a lower close. There's 2 months of selling. So although we had what arguably could be a dead cat bounce on Friday, you can see this long-term mid trendline support that we've just about held on to with a reasonably long wick. I mean, that wick is 450, so that's just over 1,000-point wick. So the bulls have only just about held it up. They've not put in a buy signal on the monthly, whereas the weekly has put in a hammer 2 weeks back, which we talked about, and then we closed on this fib level. So this 14.3 is absolutely huge. I mean, look at all this movement around this price. So I think the danger is, with non-farm payroll on Friday, I think the danger is that we could just drift here, because we didn't get going till late Friday on this move. And it could be we drift lower, and then if the market's happy and likes the non-farm payroll, doesn't matter what it is, just a question of whether it likes it or not, then I think we could potentially break and come up to retest something around that 17,000 mark. So I am looking for pullbacks close. I'm looking for a good 250, 300 point pullback here. Now I hope this just doesn't come out the gates and run, and that's the danger with a bar that's that aggressive. You know, a bear market rally can be very, very aggressive, so we could just come out of the gates and run. But I'm going to be patient and see if we can get a pullback to that level and then come and test that 50 EMA. And then what we do with that 50 EMA is going to be crucial. Normally tests of the 50 EMA get sold into on the first test. Okay, so I'm going to be marking off. Yeah, I'm going to be very patient and see if I can now get a pullback to that level there. So that's 150. Let's take that off. Let's take that off. And you can see the symmetry we had here. Actually, if I put that back a second, there was the support, and you see the symmetry here is terrific. And you can see we had about 3 to 5 days of heavy buying, paused, and then 3 to 5 days of heavy buying. So we've had 2 days of buying now, so we could be in for a straightforward push into the 50 MA. But I am going to try and be cautious and see if we can get a nice pullback. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, and on Traders Roundtable on Monday, which I'm not going to record unless a member requests it, we're going to be talking about chart patterns. Thanks a lot, and see you soon.